Hello, welcome back to Breaking the Matrix. Today we are tackling a classic, Plato's Allegory of the Cave. Don't worry, this won't be a boring philosophy lecture. Absolutely. I have been stuck in a cave on Netflix for hours, so bring on the philosophy, let's get out of here. Alright, here we go. Picture this, Rich. You are sitting in a dark cave with your legs chained up. There's a wall in front of you, and all you can see are shadows. No freedom, no Wi Fi, just shadows. And behind you, there's a fire burning, casting those shadows. And here's the kicker, you don't know any better. You think those shadows are the real world. Sounds like a pretty dark place, literally. I mean, no Wi Fi, no snacks, just shadows. That's like a bad camping trip, right? But there's the thing, these prisoners in the cave think these shadows are the only reality, is the whole world. Now imagine someone escapes, one prisoner is freed. At first, they're overwhelmed by the light outside of the cave. It's bright, it's blinding. Oh man, it's like when you go out into the sun after binge watching an entirely series in the dark. Your eyes burn and you start questioning life choices like, what is this thing called daylight? Exactly, Rich. But eventually, this freed prisoner gets used to the sunlight and sees the truth. They realize, wait a minute, these shadows were just a tiny, distorted version of reality. Kind of like how some people think they're experts just because they watched one cooking video on YouTube. Exactly, Rich. But now, the freed prisoner feels enlightened. They want to go back to the cave, right? They want to help the others see the truth. But when they return, what happens? Let me guess, the others are like, who does this guy think he is? Trying to bring the truth into our comfy little cave. They probably roll their eyes and say, keep your sunlight to yourself. Exactly, Rich. The other prisoners are so comfortable with their shadows. They would rather stay in the dark. And here's the kicker. They might even resist the truth so much. They might kill you who tries to show them the light. Wow, hold up. So Plato is telling us people would rather cling to their ignorance than face the truth. That's a hard pill to swallow. Yep, Plato is saying people often get so used to their limited view of the world. They will fly to protect, even if it means staying in the dark. It's like arguing with someone who refuses to admit they have been wrong, even when the truth is staring them in the face. I can totally see that. It's like when you try to convince a friend that a movie they love is actually terrible. They would rather keep living in the shadow world than accept they were wrong. Exactly, Rich, and here's the kicker. Plato saying the philosopher, the person who has seen the truth, has to go back and help the others, even if it means facing rejection, ridicule, or even worse. So you're telling me philosophers are like the brave ones who go back to the cave to tell everyone, hey, you are living in the shadows and there's a whole world out there, even if everyone's like, we're good, thanks. Exactly, and Plato even says the philosopher has the responsibility to bring the truth back to those stuck in the cave. That sounds intense, like trying to tell someone their favorite fast food isn't actually that good. They'll receive that truth with everything they've got it, right? But here's another interesting part, Rich. In the cave, the prisoners see shadows of objects. These objects are just copies of the real things, like models or statues. So they are not even seeing the real thing, just a reflection of it. Wait. So the shadows are like bad knockoff of the real deal? That's like buying a cheap version of a designer purse and pretending it's the real thing. Exactly, Plato's telling us that the material world is full of these copies of copies. What we see around us are just reflection of deeper truths. So the shadows on the wall are not just false, they are distorted versions of a deeper reality. So what we see in the world is like a fake news version of reality. It's like watching a cooking show thinking you can make the dish, but when you try it, it turns into a disaster. Perfect analogy, Rich. The shadows are like those fake versions of reality. The freed prisoner who has seen the light understands that these shadows are in the whole story. To really understand the world, they need to step outside and see the truth for themselves. Plato is saying, don't settle for the shadows. Go out and see the world for what it really is. Exactly. The shadows might be comfortable, but there's a whole world outside that's brighter, clearer, and truer. And the freed prisoner's job is to help others to see that too, even if it is uncomfortable. So in the end, it's all about breaking free from our comfort zones, questioning the shadows, and chasing after the truth, even when the light burns our eyes a little fierce. Yep. And if you are ready to step out of your cave, remember that truth might be overwhelming at first, but it's worth it. No more fake news, no more shadows, just the real deal. Sounds like a plan, but for now I think I will just grab some snack and binge watch something right after I finish reflecting on all this deep stuff. Uh, right, Rich. Until the next time, question the shadows and maybe just maybe you'll find the light.